Go on.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back for another episode with the beautiful Clare Okell Hocking. Clare, it's great to have you back with us, my friend. How's your week been?
Hello. How are you today, my darling? I'm doing French today. I fancy French.
You've been dying to do that, haven't you? You've been like, oh, please let me say those words.
I can't speak any languages apart from Scouse, which I'm really good at. So this is the nearest I'm going to get to French.
I love it because I don't actually pick up on your Scouse accent. Like, I know you say, oh, I sound really Scouse, but to me, you don't at all. It's, yeah, there's certain words you say that it comes out in. There's like a bit of a twang there, but it's not too prominent, I don't think.
No, well, I mean, I think it's all the years are not round with people, so it only comes out when I'm falling out. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not really going to happen with you because I like you a lot.
Yeah.
If you get the wrong size of me, you're so fucked.
I love it. I was like, yeah, she's got it in there, girlfriend. Love it. Okay, so a lot's gone on since last week, babe, hasn't it? We have been inundated, I think it is fair to say, with emails and messages and all sorts of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which has been amazing. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you from the pair of us for that. A few things that have been going on behind the scenes, and I can't share too much information. Please bear with us. We will give it to you as and when we possibly can. The first thing that we need to share, I guess, is that we've had to change the name, babe, haven't we?
Yeah, we had somebody go in after us and try and buy a domain name after we mentioned it. So rather than have our balls hung out to dry, we thought we'll change the business name.
Yes.
The model, didn't we?
Yes, we did. So do you want to announce it?
No, you do it. I'll let you.
Oh,
You're
God, I feel privileged.
You know I'm in awe of you, so you do it.
Oh, I love you too, babe. So, ladies and gents, I'm excited to say that Global Initiatives 2021 is now called Planet Initiatives. Now, when I came up with a few options, I said to Clare, well, we could call it Earth Initiatives, we could call it Planet Initiatives, and both of us thought planet really aligns to the humanitarian mission, which is underlying. And I actually feel it's much more fresh than global.
I love it. And I think somebody up there knew that this is what we should have called it.
Yeah, they were guiding us for sure. Because it was quite interesting. I suggested a number of them to Daniel, who, bless his heart, he's been helping us with this stuff, hasn't he? And I made a few suggestions, and the only one that we could get back as .com.co.uk and all of them was Planet. And I was like, it has to be Planet. Like, it has to be Planet. And then we threw it out to the team, didn't we? But we kind of like just all decided that.
We all felt it, and then we all went, oh my God, we can take it to Planet Kids, we can take it all these different areas, to things we want to do. And it just was super exciting the other night. I mean, I really was. I was on an emotional roller coaster, as you know, because I tend to have a lot of stuff that comes out my mouth, which is why you keep muting me when we're on a group call. I think all the people in the world need to know that. She's really, really too bloody handy with the mute button. So I can be in mid-flow of a freaking conversation, and I'm thinking I'm talking to 6 people, and then she mutes me. So, you know.
Let me just say, actually, what happened the other night, Claire's phone, it was almost like it had a bug, and it was like there was a wind tunnel that she was sat in, and it was so weird. We just sat there having a beautiful conversation, and everyone's like, what is that noise? What is that noise? And Claire's like, well, it's not me. Like, I'm just sat here. It's not me. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to mute her. And of course, bless Clare, it was Clare. So whenever it was, of course it was.
So I was swearing and no one knew. I was like, oh.
We were like, yeah, Clare. Yeah, right. So what we had to do when anybody else was speaking, so they could be heard, we had to mute Clare. But of course, sometimes we were all mid-conversation, we didn't see Clare chatting in the background, and I was like, oh, sorry, Clare, we need to unmute.
And I'm going like this.
In our own business meeting, you have your voice taken, but it wasn't an intentional thing. It was the phone was misbehaving. And the meeting the other day was really beautiful, Clare, wasn't it? The team came together, such a gorgeous group of people. The mission is just progressing really, really well. However, you know, we have got a lot to do behind the scenes, haven't we, before we can...
We have, but I will tell you now, when we set this up, before we knew each other, when you set your group up because of your mission and I set mine up, which came by chance, all because of what I wanted to do, because I've helped with children over the years. I could not believe the people that have come through and found us, and we have literally, I don't know how to describe it. What's the movie online where you've got superpower people? That's what it's like. I went through the group of people the other night with you. We listened to the background and all the things that they've come through, hardships and all that, but the talents they've got between them, I swear, it's a good job I was on mute, because I was nearly in tears, because it's blown me away how many people have just reached out, helped for nothing, free of charge, and just said, look, I can do this. And we were like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel humbled, really humbled.
Me too. It's so beautiful what is happening, and it gives, number one, faith in humanity, but number two, it just raises that consciousness, it raises that bar even further. And you know, we're ever so lucky, Claire, we've got a beautiful mix of men and women. It's a dynamic group. They are so self-sufficient, like they are amazing. Like we couldn't have picked better people, right? We couldn't have had better people around us. And
they love when I swear, they love it. And I'm like, oh, it's on the family.
Everybody loves your potty mouth, mate.
The amount of people have said to me online, just because you're a Christian, you can swear. I'm like, yes.
But also, what I noticed in the group the other day was someone was saying, Claire, you haven't sworn for a couple of days. Like, I'm worried about you.
No, they thought it'd been cloned. They actually said, we think Claire's been cloned because this one's not swearing. I'm like, fuck off, I'm here.
It was so funny. Honestly, we've had such an amazing week, haven't we? It's been going at the speed of light. It has been going so quickly. And actually, do you mind me just talking about what we spoke about this morning?
No, I'd rather you discuss that. You say
okay,
it. Yeah,
awesome. Okay, thank you, honey. So what we have been noticing in our groups on Telegram and, you know, just social media in general, so I'm just raising consciousness on this subject. If you notice any noise taking place, i.e. people stamping their feet or people trying to throw, you know, some curveballs in, please, 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 can we just report it? Immediately, boom, report. Because once you do that, what you will notice is this noise disintegrates very quickly. There will always be people that bring that level of noise to the party. You know what it's like. There's always a couple in a group, right? So let's just raise our consciousness on it and come together. It doesn't matter whether you're in Claire's group, my groups, or anybody else's group. If there is something in there that is derogatory or not in vibrational alignment to you, please, I encourage each and every one of you, report it.
Yeah, I agree, because there becomes the time where you go into Instagram, for instance, and you see all this stuff that I'm showing about helping children, and then you've got a random comment going, well, we need proof, when it's all out there, and you just know that these are not real people. They're not they are real people, but they're doing a job. And I don't know how they can sleep in the beds at night, because if some of these have got sisters or brothers, or they're going to have kids, how would they feel if their own kin were being raped and murdered and everything? They wouldn't want it. I mean, the stuff I've seen, you wouldn't want to see. No. And the stuff you've seen now, you don't want people to see. No. And whilst we've got that, it's scarred us, it's scarred me forever, that has. So I have a real issue with anybody slating the groups, and it's not because they can slate me all day long. As I've said to you before, it's like pre-porn for me. I'm loving that all day long. I get turned on. It's like fucking foreplay to me. I'm like, bring it on, motherfucker. I love it. It makes me horny. I don't like it when they're slating about children because, it's not true and all that. I look at them and I think, you just deserve to be scorched from the earth. Yeah. How to say it? Because they know who they are. And they're just trying to make a fast buck working for an organisation to do what they're doing. And it's just so bad. Or try and scaremongering people about vaccines and stuff like that. You know, people are very vulnerable at the moment.
Very vulnerable.
And I just want to help them.
Yeah, people are very open, and that means they're open and they're susceptible to be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Controlled. I think that's the right word to use. People are open and susceptible to being controlled right now, and it's not because they wish to. It's because people are tired.
They
We've had
are.
a year of this nonsense at least, you know, ups, downs, a little bit of freedom taken away. You've got to do this, got to do that. Now, you know, there's all of the passport conversations and stuff like that. And where does this stop?
Well, I firmly believe that the passports will only be good for whacking your asses with, because they're not going to be going anywhere. I'm sorry to say, that's my opinion, but you know, that's only my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but then again, you know, I've read today about how many votes were for and against the new legislation in government, and I have to try and say to this girl, who's lovely by the way, and she's a real little warrior, you need to understand that whilst they're going on about what they're passing in government at the moment, it's a show, because this law is not staying afterwards. It won't be here. So it's just
Exactly.
everything's changing.
And what's important to recognise just at this point is that just because people are talking about things, it depends how many people wake up and how quickly. Because that's what we're doing here. We are essentially deconstructing the matrix that currently exists. Now, to do that, we have to rattle all of this darkness to the surface. Literally, we have to pull it all to the surface so we can say, right, we're done with you, bring in the new. You know, and this is going to be coming up. There is going to be noise around these subjects. I
think from our point of view, because we've been in this for the long game, and many others like us, and you know that globally, you know, we've come out of the woodwork now because it's safe to come out. But what has got me the most is the fact that if I could have one wish today, it would be that every single person just trusted me when I say to them, find your own strength within your own heart. And I swear to God, you won't listen to any of this bullshit. Because I wake up now every morning, and at the moment, like you, I'm probably getting 2 to 3 hours sleep, because we're working through the night with America and different places, you know, Australia, and I feel really strong. I might look knackered. My skin looks like I'm like a bloody sharp at the moment. I'm that fucking wrinkled.
Amazing.
I'm not going to water swimming. I'm like, oh my God. But the thing is, I know that's the only one thing I want to say to people. I'm not asking you to have faith in anything else. Just have faith in the fact that you do not know what you've got inside you. You are everything. You've everything you need to make life better, and it's all in there. You don't need any other shite. It's all in here.
Exactly, babe. Self-love is the only way out of this for all of us, because when you know self and when you love self, you can love random children and random animals and like literally you will just love everybody, because that will be your purpose. That will be your mission here, is all about love.
I'm going to start laughing, and I can't say this, but it's that word you just come out with.
I know. Claire is naughty. So some of you would have heard my story about when I told my ex-colleague on the trading floor around my brand being called Self-Love Club. They were like, what, you're teaching people masturbation? I had that conversation with Claire today. So Claire was like, Lucy, seriously? And I'm like, hey.
I was on the phone, didn't I? I went, are you serious? Are you taking the piss? And you went, no, I'm serious. I went, fucking hell, you people are going to remember that name, aren't they? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, sorry, everybody, but just so you know, it was done out of innocence. When she brought the name forward, it was completely innocent. It just so happens there's people like me, they're a bit warped, they like sex, you know, so it's just like warped people, and then there's innocent people. Lucy's innocent. I'm not so innocent. I'm a Christian, but I'm not so innocent. So I took that self-love to mean, oh, happy day.
You weren't the first person to have that conversation with me.
That
you knew exactly where it was going when that conversation started, which is why I laughed so hard.
Don't go telling Charlie Farley.
Don't worry, I've got a big long list of all these things. Don't you worry, love. I've got them all written down. I'm never going to let these go. Anyway, moving swiftly on, we should announce our competition. What do you think?
Definitely. You do it, because as you say, my mouth runs away.
Okay, ladies and gents, so we had a team meeting with our gorgeous team earlier on in this week, and basically we were talking a lot about, you know, colours and logos and stuff like that, and we decided on this meeting, I'm so excited to do this, honestly I feel so honoured, we decided
I'm joking about it. Put it out.
Let's build it up.
Drum roll. I just can't wait to get with you, and we can have a load of champagne. I forgot to bring me champagne with me.
I know. I've got water, if that helps. Not really the same though, is it? Okay, so ladies and gents, I am so excited to announce on behalf of Planet Initiatives. I was going to call it intuition, and I was like, no, that's not what it is. Planet Initiatives. We are putting it out to the public. We are putting it out to you guys. We would love you to design our logo.
We would.
Freaking.
We sat there, didn't we, the other night, and we made a group decision that this is for the planet and it's for the people, and everything involved in it is going to be the people, all of you. So we want you to design that logo, because that way then it's coming from the heart.
Yes. So literally, Planet Initiatives, that is the name of the company that has been set up. Okay, that's the name of it. So if you are like, oh my goodness, I've got an idea, but I'm no good at drawing, doesn't matter, kind of like rough draw it, as long as we get the idea of whatever, and then we can get somebody in graphic design to do it for us. Failing that, if you are a graphic designer and you're like, oh my God, I've got a great idea, literally, we want you to submit them to globalinitiatives2021@gmail.com. I will pop the email address below. On Monday, I've got 2 girls that are starting to go through that whole inbox. There's so many emails in there from, you know, all of you out there that have got proposals or ideas, or you're offering services. Once the logo is done, we're going to give you 1 week and 1 week only to do this. And I apologize, it's not very long, guys, but we are designing, basically we need it for the website. So, and we want to get that website launched ASAP. So we are going to give you 1 week from today, Friday the 26th of March, to get this done. So it will be Good Friday next. I didn't know that when I spoke about it earlier, but
but it's perfect timing.
It will be Good Friday, which is the 2nd of April. That will be the cut-off date for this, and then we will be announcing a winner the week commencing the 4th of April, and literally instantly your design will be turned into our logo. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I can't wait, but just to give everyone a very quick overview of what we're about again, for anyone that's not seen the other videos. What a planet all about? Why did we do this? Okay, just quickly. It's
you want me to?
Reason? Yeah.
You were going to. I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I've only got you. There's only you and me, mate. Just you and me and you.
Okay.
That means you do it.
I know, I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to her overview. Okay, guys, so basically...
Can I do something like that? Or do I not enter into it?
You can do whatever you like.
I don't think it's very good.
You are part of the community. If you want to draw a stick man and put that in as a proposal, babe, we will accept it. Okay? Just so you know, you might not win.
Yeah.
You might not win. However, you are anybody. And I just want to reiterate that point, actually. Anybody can do this. It doesn't matter whether you're in Timbuktu. It doesn't matter. If you want to enter this competition, your entry is really valuable to us. This is for the people, by the people. So please, if you would like to get involved, share this with everybody that you know that feel they might want to be a part of this mission. So let me explain the mission. Planet Initiatives is basically our humanitarian initiatives for the new Earth. That's the way I like to explain it, and it gives me goosebumps every time I say that, because there is a team of us that have been pulled together with amazing skills, who are literally coming in to this together to help shift humanity from a space of lack into a space of abundance. So what that may look like is people that have been, I'm going to talk about Clare's passion, which is helping people that have experienced paedophilia and, you know, the children in that area. Say, for example, you are somebody, or you know of somebody who has somebody in that scenario right now, and they can't get out of it for whatever reasons. We are going to be building teams that will rescue people that we can create abundance for, to basically go through the legal process, etc., etc., get these kids into healing centres and rehabilitated. And I think that's really important. It's not just the children though, guys. Yes, that's...
But it's also, sorry to interrupt, it's not the old system, isn't it?
No.
Forget the old social services. This is nothing to do with that. This is a one-stop shop for safety. Of
breaking all of the current systems.
Everything. That's all gone.
Yeah, and putting new systems in place. And I think that's really important to hear. When I talk about New Earth, I mean, once we've got through this nonsense, I was going to say shit fuckery, because
It's shit fuckery what we're going through. We're going through a bit of a shit fuckery stage.
Once we're out the other side, I introduced Claire to that word the other day. She got so excited. It was her word of the day. So once we've got through that stage, we're basically going to be going into what I call New Earth. What that basically looks like is, how do we actually deal with the lack of anger and all of that stuff? Because remember, we've been conditioned to accept that as normal. So humanity is going to have to go through a massive healing process, and that's what this is about. This is about, you know, the child protection systems, the legal systems, the educational systems, the medical system, literally everything. We are looking to rework so that all of us are in a space of abundance. Everything through Planet Initiatives is for free. If anybody charges you money, you get in touch with Claire or I directly, or you get in touch with one of our admins.
It's not about money. Everything is free, and it will always be free, because there's going to be an abundance of money coming to everybody. So this is just free. And we're all working for free, aren't we? All of us.
Absolutely. And, you know, I just want to make sure that that's caught on record, because there will be people that try and break the system in this whilst we're still going through this shitfuckery stage. Okay, so please, if you have got something you want to do for humanity, get it into us in the Global Initiatives email that I will pop below here. Please do know, and I actually did an Instagram live on this the other day, please do know there is room for all of us.
Yeah,
there is no need for competition or butting heads or trying to divide people or any of that stuff. There is room for all of us. Claire and I are just the two people. We're like husband and wife, or wife and wife, whatever you want to call us, that are overseeing this mission. That's it. Okay, it doesn't mean that we're not going to take your idea, and I don't mean take it, I mean give you the money to do your idea. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. Literally, this is a funnel in, you know, and we're working with lots of other incredible people around the world on this as well. However, Claire and I have just been actioned or given the task to get the action done, because as I said on my recent interview with Charlie Ward, and as we know about Claire, we're get shit done girls. We are here to get this moving, and now is the right time. Literally the 11th of March, I was told it's go time. And since then, look at what we've been able to create.
We have. But everybody, the one thing about you and I, and I'd like to say this to everybody out there, there's no room in this world for egos. There's no fucking room in my world for it anyway. I won't put up with that shit, right? Nobody's beneath me and no one is above me. We are all equal, right? And this is where I want the world to go to. And we're all our alliance is that way. We all believe this. We share the spot with everybody. It is a spot to be shared, and it will always be so. So if anybody's on there and I'm hearing any bollocks about, oh, well, I'm not sharing my ideas and all that, you'll get found out. And I will tramp you down. You know I will. You know why I'm right, Lucy. I won't fucking.
Oh, I do. I've seen it firsthand.
I will fucking hunt them down, because you can all think you're going to do things differently your own way. The whole thing is going to have to come through us, and you will all do your own things, but it will come through here so that we can keep it good, honest, and transparent. Am I right?
Yeah, and for abundance. And that's what's so important here. The old system of competing, the old system of creating division and trying to get people to argue, it's out of date, guys. If you are buying into that, you're buying into the old matrix. And the reason we have been put there is because there are systems that are coming in place that will have intelligence much more than Claire or I or anybody else could ever be or do, that will do this for us. Okay, so
I doubt that. I'm quite an intelligent girl, to be fair.
Well, you don't, darling.
No, I know what you mean. No, you're talking about intelligence again. Yeah, it's the same intelligence we're talking about with the quantum system, aren't we?
Exactly.
So that it will be able to seek out what we're doing, and you will be known if you aren't in favour of doing things the correct way. The intelligence system will know this, so we will only be guided by that. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly.
Can you hear me? Or
yeah, I can hear you, because one of us is cutting off. I'm not too sure who. One of us, the connection seems to be unstable. Claire, can you hear me?
Well, every time we get to this stage, if you remember. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. It's I think it's somebody chopping in. We get this a lot, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, they love it when we chat, don't they, darling? They try to stop it. So right, I think that let's wrap that up for today here. Do remember, if you've got a logo idea, pop it below. I'm going to put Claire's details, my details, and the group details and the email address below here, so that you guys can access us, contact us, or whatever. The last thing I'm going to say is, please, unless it is reporting something, i.e. somebody asking for money from you in our groups, please go through the groups, because Claire and I are actually handing our social media over to people because we've got too many individual messages coming in, guys.
It's not because we don't love everyone, is it? No. It's not because we don't love anyone. We are both trying to answer everybody, but what's happening is we're not dealing with the case of trying to build this ready to change it over and getting this system working. Exactly. Are we?
No, so we just need to make sure that the people, you know, that we literally just get on with our job, essentially, guys. Like, we're here doing a job. It's as simple as that. We're here doing a job. So please do reach out to the admins in our groups. They are going to basically be our people that we are empowering to respond and to deal with anything, and then they will get in touch with us if anything is necessary to come to us. Also, please remember that email box is a great place to be able to get hold of us, okay?
But can I make one suggestion? I'm sorry, Luce, but I'm finding as well myself, I'm asking people to send stuff through, and then literally the next day they're sending, did you receive it? Did you receive it? We haven't got time to be responding to, didn't you receive it? And it's not because we are bad-mannered or because we don't love everyone. We literally, you will be put forward when we've gone through everything. And this is a process. So every time you send in messages, did you receive it? You know yourself, if someone didn't receive it, you'd get a reply back in your inbox. So you know it's been received. Yeah. You're just gonna have to leave it with us, because for every time you're doing that, it's going to take us off time protecting children and doing all the things we're here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to reiterate the point. Every single email that goes into that Global Initiatives 2021 will get a response. I promise you, every single one will get feedback, okay? Patience right now. I've actually just had to say that in my group on a couple of occasions. I'm like, guys, patience. I can't physically keep on top of what's coming in and out of that box. Like, think about it. We've just opened the doors to humanity to say, hey, Starseeds Lightworkers, chuck your ideas over, put your proposals over, because we are basically going to get funding for you. You can imagine the floodgates. Please don't think that you're not going to get heard, or your idea is not going to get put forward, or you're not going to get the money. Please just be patient. Like, we have been in this mess for 26,000 years. Give us a few weeks and you will have an email back from us. You know, some of you will start hearing as of Monday.
Yeah, I would also want to point another point. I like to try and get my little points in, but you and I were asked to head this campaign that we came up with, and they agreed it was a good campaign, so we're running it. So anybody that thinks that they can phone us up and then say, oh, well, I've spoke to such a body and I'm going to speak to them about getting on a programme and blah, blah, blah. You can go on anybody's programme. It won't make any difference to me. You have to still come through us. We're running it, aren't we? So there is no round route to try and flutter your eyelashes at anybody. It's that we're the route, and that's it. And the job's going to be done properly. And it's not going to be done on, oh, we know him and he knows him. It's going to be done on projects and humanity and goodness. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. There's no, oh, you're my messmate, so I'll put you to the top of the list and all that bollocks.
It's not
I hate it. You know this. I fucking hate that. It's none of that shit. So for anybody that called me yesterday and said, oh, well, I'm going to get in touch with XYZ, you can get in touch with XYZ all you long, but you still have to fucking come back through me, so it won't make no difference. I am the fucking firewall.
She is the firewall. I will vouch for that. She's definitely
so the jobs go through us.
Me massively right now. So
okay. So as long as have I made that clear, so you know and I know.
I think so. I think we kind of get the drift.
Okay.
Okay, so ladies and gents, do remember, if you love this idea of being able to design our logo, if you want to get involved, do comment below, do subscribe to Claire's channel, do subscribe to my channel. We are so excited to be working on this with you guys, and we will be updating you each and every week with what information we can do, and as soon as we can, we will, you know, give you all the ins and outs of how this is going to work. Okay, love you guys to the moon and stars. Claire, thank you as always, my gorgeous girl. And everybody, I'm going to link back to the last video that Claire and I did together, just so that you can go and you can binge watch Claire and I. Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Bye. Lots of love.